Good people, man. Welcome back to episode 6 of BackTable Talk. I know it's been a second. Been a lot of stuff going on, man. A lot of snow, just a lot of life. All right, a lot of life. But we're back, and we're very excited. All right, I'm here with my guest host, Jordan Ehart.
Yes, sir.
My guy.
Thanks for having me again,
welcome back
bro.
to the pod, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, we got a lot going on today. Loaded episode, all right? A loaded episode. I'm excited, like I said, because great things are happening in the city of Baltimore. Man. My guy, Mint, is in the building, and Mentor is here. He's working. Got off the plane, said, hey, let's get it, man. We got work to do, okay? He came out, didn't just make a promise, all right? This guy showed us early. He's serious about bringing a championship here. He's serious about it, all right? So today, we will get into, all right, Jesse Minter's plan for success for the Baltimore Ravens. Declan Doyle, our new OC, and his offensive scheme. QB coach, Israel Wolford. Defensive coordinator, Anthony Weaver. And the big question, who is WR1 in Baltimore? And we'll touch on like 2 draft prospects that we have, and we'll give you a small sneak preview into what we're going to have for you next episode, okay? So without further ado, let's roll into it, all right?
Yeah, let's get it.
So Jesse Minter, in his opening press conference, all right, he stood there and he preached togetherness. He talks about building a team that will perform at its best when it matters the most, all right? That hit home. Why did it hit home?
Yes, sir. Because we all know as Ravens fans, that's kind of what we've fallen short of for the last couple of years. A lot of success during the regular season and a lot of disappointments in the playoffs. So it's refreshing to hear him say that he wants us to be at our best when our best is needed. That's just what we want to hear.
Yeah, no, for real, man, that's been the MO here, you know. We are regular season champions in Baltimore. We play great. We win MVPs. We're great. Yeah. But come postseason, we forget how to play football. All right, so to hear him say that, we're going to be our best when it matters the most, that's all I needed to hear. Yeah. That's all I needed to hear.
And I think it doesn't need to be perfect, obviously, especially with a whole new coaching staff. It doesn't need to be perfect week 1 this coming up year. It needs to be good at the end of the season and going in the playoffs. That's when we need to be at our best if we want to achieve what we want to achieve. So,
and I think he kind of said it too, he's going to create a culture here where we play up to the expectations that we set. Yeah. All right. And I think that means that executing when it matters most. No more late-game blunders. No more clock issues. No more not giving the ball to Derrick Henry when it matters. Yeah. All that kind of stuff, all right? No more taking the ball out of Lamar's hands when it matters. Yeah. All that stuff is gone now. All right? Mm-hmm. I've been very impressed with what I've seen so far from Mentor. Very impressed. He's definitely a very confident but a very calm guy. Very confident and calm guy. Kind of like a wizard upstairs. His mind's always racing, thinking about something, it seems, you know? So that's what I see from him. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I like everything he said really so far. Like you said, he seems very confident. Not a man of a lot of words, but what he said so far stood out to me. I like his vision for the team, the type of identity he wants our team to have, and obviously he's been in Baltimore before, so he knows this city and what we expect. So. Everything he said so far I've liked, like I said.
I agree, man. I agree. Everything so far, man. I'm very impressed with Jesse Minter. Yeah. Home run high. And
he's made a lot of, we'll touch on later, but he's made a lot of good signings with the rest of his staff that we've liked as well, which is good to see.
Oh, yeah, 100%, man. 100%. I think something that people didn't really pay as much attention to that I think is just as important. Being that he is a defensive head coach, you know, defense wins championships, but offense is just as important. He talked about he wants to take Lamar Jackson's game to a new level. New level, you know, putting a team around him to where Lamar can finally just, you know, maybe take the easy play. Yeah. You know, so I think that was lovely to hear. And I think he realized that he has to make sure that we are all on the same page as a unit, you know, including Lamar Jackson. Yeah. I think that's great that he's already started building that rapport and relationship with him as well. I'm just happy to see that bud just grow and just sprout.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen in a couple of his interviews, he's been saying that he's had some conversations with Lamar, and I like how he's kept it real. He said, relationships take some time to really develop and grow strong. But from a defensive coach, it's great to hear him say and understand that Lamar is the pillar of our organization. And he said that in his interviews that his relationship with Lamar is one of the most important things for the Baltimore Ravens, which it definitely is. Obviously, as a head coach and your star quarterback, you got to be on the same page all the time and have a good relationship together. So, I like his vision for Lamar and that he wants to even take him to another level. Because we've seen over time with new coaches and stuff, Lamar has only grown and become better. For example, when we got Monken, he's had his first season under Monken. He won an MVP. The second one, he had a great season as well. He should have won MVP. I think just the growth of Lamar as he continues to thrive, we just need to keep pushing him, try and get the best out of him.
Yeah, and to lean into your point, man, like the growth of Lamar is something that can be debated in many circles. All right, you touched on it. Lamar Jackson's a very, very, very unique quarterback, and I think there's no plan to writing. Like, no one had a plan of like how do we develop this young dual threat, super athletically gifted quarterback that came out of Louisville and won a Heisman. Yeah, there's no plan for that, and. At times, I catch myself maybe faulting the Ravens about how they handled his development early in his career, but it may have been their fault. It may not have been, But I think it's important that now, as Lamar gets older and as he progresses as a player, we put a system in place that allows him to thrive to the best of his ability. Yeah. Not just using his legs, but using his mind as a genius and as a weapon, all right? Yeah. It was kind of egregious that it took to 2023 for him to earn rights to audible and check out of plays. Yeah. I had an argument with my brother this morning, and I said that I think the Ravens for years did not respect Lamar's arm and his mind as much as they respected his legs. Yeah. And I think that's true, Like, I think Harbaugh and EDC liked Lamar, but to like someone and to invest in them is different. Yeah. It's way different, okay? Sure. I think they liked him. He played well. He won an MVP. He did great. But once he started to kind of feel out like, once we knew who Lamar Jackson was, it should have been like a quick pivot to, all right, this guy's a stud. He's a gem. Let's build around him while we're getting him on this rookie deal. Yeah. While we have all this money. But I think we chose to not – look, I love my franchise, but we do stupid things. We chose to take the discount route and put Willie Snead, Miles Boykin, old Deshaun Jackson. I could keep going. Like, just guys like that around him. That's not conducive to winning and making him become his best. And also, if you guys remember, Lamar had 2 lower body injuries to the knee and to the ankle, all under Greg Roman, okay? Yeah. He was being employed. This is when, as a Lamar fan personally, it was very tough because I had to keep hearing, Lamar's a running back, Lamar's a running back, Lamar's a running back. Yeah. And it's stupid because, like, yes, he runs the ball, but he's a great passer as well. Absolutely. But that was also the time we saw Lamar playing at 225. Yeah. So, again, that was not good for his development. Yeah. Okay? It took to 2023 to get him in a pass-happy offense, if you want to call it that, all right? Yeah. A running-gun style offense. And I think that we saw him win an MVP with Monk. We saw him throw over 41 touchdowns with Monk. Yeah. No hate to Monk. He helped to raise Lamar's ceiling, and he helped Lamar become who he is today. But like many things in life, all things must come to an end. All good things must come to an end. And I think that just kind of ran its course. And now it is time for him to step into that third level of Lamar. Yeah. You had 2 MVPs. We know that you can dice defense out with your arm. Yeah. Dice them out with your legs. But now, Lamar, can you play on schedule? Yeah. Can you play on time? Can you take the easy checkdowns? Can you not hunt for home runs when it's close? Yeah. Just take what they give you and keep chipping away. And then you got what you want. Yeah. And I think that leads me into my next point. But before I get into that, how do you feel about what I've said about just the development of Lamar with the Ravens?
No, I agree. I agree that over time we've seen a lot of different versions of Lamar. And I think, like you just said, we're at that point now where, okay, Lamar has enough experience with this organization to know, what he needs to do. And I think he does know what he needs to do. that maybe he hasn't done the best at in playoff games and big games in the past. Not to say that he's totally cost us games, but there's little things with the turnovers and stuff that he could in the playoffs that he could get a little bit better with. But I think one thing, and you touched on this, that Minter said is he wants to create a team identity that allows Lamar to thrive. Which, not to say that our last coaches weren't doing that, but right there, that just shows, we're going to do everything we can on offense to put Lamar in the position to win us games and eventually to win us the Super Bowl. And also allow, obviously, all the other players on our team to thrive. But, for example, Henry running the ball and killing defenses and being dominant in the run game, that helps Lamar be at his best. So, I'm excited to see what these new coaches can do and how we can bring Lamar to that next level that can take us over the top, hopefully.
Yeah, like this approach to the offseason is just like, it kind of feels like a movie.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like I'm seeing Madden happen in real life. Like, for real though, like, just getting this staff and just putting Lamar in a West Coast offense.
Yeah.
Oh, man, like, it's going to be GG's for the league.
Yeah.
It's going to be GG's for the league, man. Yeah. Like, just because you're truly, like, you're leaning into what Lamar wants. Like, everybody knows Lamar loves to sling that rock, man.
Yeah,
he loves
absolutely.
to. He loves to. He loves to throw the ball, bro. He loves it.
Yeah.
So I think putting him in a lot of under center opportunities, a lot of play action, a lot of that West Coast style, deep balls, could be great for Lamar, man. It could be great. I think we might see Lamar, if I may say, go for 4,000 yards again, and maybe over 41 touchdowns.
Yeah.
We'll see, man. We'll see. But I think he's due for a big year, and I think he's my pick for MVP.
Yeah, and I think also just coming off the season he had, obviously a lot of it's due to injuries, but not what we expected coming into the season from Lamar. So I think having a full off season, undergoing all these changes with the staff and stuff, I expect Lamar to be very motivated. I think also in the past, whenever we have underachieved as a team or had shortcomings, for the most part, Lamar always comes back a better version of himself. And I expect the same thing to happen this coming season. A lot of people talking, and I know Lamar he doesn't like to talk in the media. He likes to show it on the field and prove people wrong. So I'm excited for next season already. I'm upset we gotta wait so long for it.
Yeah, I'll be real with you. Like, look, the Super Bowl's happening on Sunday. As a Ravens fan, like, cool, football's on.
Yeah.
I'm so locked in on what's happening with the Baltimore Ravens and my team, like, I'm kind of oblivious to it. Like, I'm so locked in on what's happening because, like, to watch my Raiders not be in the playoffs, I feel like I was shorted.
Yeah.
Like, seeing what Lamar did against the Steelers.
Yeah, and then it end like that. That just
it hurt.
Yeah,
it hurt, man. It hurt.
Not to say I don't think off what we saw, I don't think we were going to win the Super Bowl this year. But not to have Lamar and the Ravens playing in the playoffs, like, that's what the people want to see. So we need to get back to
Yo, and this is for all the Lamar haters. I hope you see this. I hope you see this, man. Like, y'all can keep hating on the man. Keep hating on the man. But guess what? Do you know who has the best quarterback rating in the history of the NFL? The man that Bill Polian said, you need to try out as a wide receiver.
Yeah.
So, look, keep on doubting him. Keep on doubting him, man. Because y'all about to see a different Lamar. I stand on that one, for real. Stand. Yeah. Now, this leads me into my next point. And it's something I'm very excited about, okay? The Baltimore Ravens hired Declan Doyle. Some might say, Declan Doyle? Who is that? We're going to tell you who he is, all right?
Yeah.
Look, Declan Doyle, 29 years old. Okay, Lamar's 29 years old. He was the OC for the Chicago Bears under Ben Johnson, okay? So, when I say OC, he did not call plays, but he coordinated the offense, okay? Everything that came with the offense, timeouts, all that, he ran that. He ran scripts and practiced all that, all right? He was instrumental in kind of shaping the offense that they had under Ben Johnson. Now, for those who don't know, Ben Johnson was the OC 2 years ago in Detroit when they had that great year, okay? Yeah. So Ben Johnson's offense mix of kind of like that West Coast McVay and Shanahan mix, like, it's definitely a West Coast style. Mm-hmm. All right? Declan Doyle worked under Sean Payton, both in his time during Denver and New Orleans. So he's been around the game. He's a great offensive mind. Some have said that he's probably one of the best young and up-and-coming offensive minds in the league. So that's something I love to see. Last season, he helped the Bears build a very explosive offense. Caleb Williams threw for over 4K. That's a lot of yards. A lot of yards. I think he's the first Bears QB to do that in like a long time, I think, man. A long time. So, something that I think I've been seeing a lot on Twitter is like his scheme. He loves to operate from under center a lot. I think just for Lamar, I think it's going to be different, but I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, I think these strengths that we've seen for this, like for the Bears offense last season, and just kind of these offenses that Declan Doyle has been into, is they're very big on having a good offensive line, which Lamar has had tons of success when he's had a great offensive line in the past. So I feel like they kind of go hand in hand with each other to help our offense reach that next level.
100%.
Like we talked about.
And you touched on the run game. I'll even get on that. We also hired Dwayne Ledford, the Falcons' former O-line coach and run game coordinator. Don't know if you know this, but the Falcons were top in rushing the past 2 years with a dual attack of Tyler Allegler and Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
This is also another fire hire.
Yeah.
Outside zone, we struggled running the ball outside last year. We couldn't do it. We couldn't. Mm-hmm. So now you pair Derrick Henry with that, and we got Eddie Faulkner, the Steelers running back coach.
Yeah.
I like this because, look, if you stack the box and we're under center, we're going to play action you to death.
Yeah.
Like, that's what Declan can bring. Like, that play action, be able to just see what we have. Declan Doyle is known for running, like, showing sets where you can do multiple things out of that set.
Yeah.
So maybe we might run 11 personnel, but maybe we're putting a tight end in the slot to make it look different, all right?
Yeah.
So I think that lends itself to having two tight ends on the field at the same time, but we have to sign our two tight ends.
Yeah.
We have one under contract. That's for next episode. We won't get in that right now. But just pin that. If you have a thought, an opinion, comment, all that, because next episode we will touch on the tight end room.
Yeah.
All right. But let me hear. What are your goals for Declan Doyle? What do you want to see from him?
I want to see. Honestly, I would love to see him bring a lot of the philosophies, for example, that the Bears played with last year. They ran the ball very efficiently, and I think when, like we said, with Lamar, when we get that run game going, when our offensive line is protecting him, giving him time in the past, that's when he's at his best. This is a little off topic, but something I read is so the Bears, when Declan Doyle joined the Bears this past season, him and Ben Johnson took over. In the first 60 days, they acquired 3 offensive linemen. That one was a first-team All-Pro, Joe Thunkel. Yeah. And then Jonah Jackson and Drew Dahlman, they also signed, and both of them received All-Pro votes as well, even though they didn't get it. Caleb Williams in his rookie year, he was sacked 68 times. Last year, he was sacked 24 times. And they ran last season, they also had 142 rushing yards per game, which was 3rd in the NFL behind us and the Bills. So I think that just speaks to what we need our strengths to be. We always are saying, give Henry the ball. And this past season, and in the past couple seasons, we've been saying it. And it hasn't been happening. Yeah. And I just think that takes a little bit of some pressure off Lamar and allows him to just be himself and not have to force things and try and be Superman all the time. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to. I would love to see us take a similar approach where we really kind of revamp our offensive line. Make it a strength of ours again, and then let Henry and Lamar be the stars that they are, and I think we have a lot of potential for sure.
You said a lot of great things, man. A lot of great things. Just like Declan Doyle, Lamar was the 3rd sack quarterback in the NFL last year. That should never be acceptable. Yeah. So I think it starts with the line. You build inside out.
Yeah.
Inside out. You have to. And I think having just a new staff and new coaches, I think naturally we're going to be better. Yeah. Just new scheme. Everything will be different. Yeah. But I'm excited, man. I am really excited because I think for a long time we've known one thing in Baltimore. Just the same old nonsense. Yeah. Like, next year's going to be different, guys. Yeah. But it never was. It never was. So this is how you really change the whole everything in the org and get stuff going in a different direction. I'm very happy.
I agree.
Very happy with this, man.
I think real quick, just to finish
Of
up,
course.
I think this last season, this third year under Monken was kind of the first time that a lot of us fans said this. It kind of feels stale.
Yeah.
Like we're becoming predictable. I think the Bears' offense under Doyle and obviously also under Ben Johnson, they're known for having these trick plays, having these smart concepts.
Innovation.
Yes, exactly. And that's what we want to build towards. We have Lamar Jackson. We have a generational talent at our disposal. Like, let him be him.
We got one in the backfield.
Yeah, we have Henry too. So let's be different. Let's be special. Let's let them take over games and build game plans to let them do so to the best of their ability. So yeah, I'm really excited. I also like he's 29 years old. Like, he's a young guy. We're the Ravens in the past. We've kind of been known for having older coaches and people who are maybe stuck in their ways. So
you can say it. Don't even beat around the bush. We have been.
So it's gonna be nice to have some coaches who are forward thinking, that are, like you said, innovators, who are trying to propel us to the best we can be. So it's exciting for sure.
And I mean, what better job to take as your first OC play calling job than with Lamar Jackson?
Yeah.
A guy that's been begging to just be a full partner in the offense and just really have input.
Yeah.
And look, I'm going to say this too. I hate when people act like, oh, this makes me so mad. This is the first offseason where Lamar has been seen as a true partner, not just a quarterback.
Yeah.
He's a true partner. He's having input on coaching decisions, things like that. Like, that's what a true franchise QB does.
Yeah.
All right, so it's like, Lamar, let's go, man. Like, this is for a different episode too, but hey, look, put that pen to paper so we can stop playing.
Yeah.
Please.
For sure.
Put that pen to paper so we can stop playing, hell.
We can't go too much into that. We'll be talking about it.
All right, for too long. That's for next episode, but yeah, for real. I want to hop into something that's kind of, actually no. Real quick, we do want to touch on this. I don't want to hang on too long though. T. Martin out as QB coach. I love T. Martin personally.
Yeah.
Great man.
For sure.
Great QB coach. Helped Lamar win an MVP. I hate to use this word, but handler. I don't think he was Lamar's handler. I think he just was a guy that was in Lamar's corner.
Yeah.
I did hear a report from Jeff Zurbrich that he kind of was like the in-between between Harbaugh and Lamar when the whole injury stuff was going on, just to kind of give Harbaugh insight into what Lamar was feeling and what he was going through. Mm-hmm. Which to me is kind of interesting. I would love to be a fly on the wall in the facility to just see what interactions are like with Lamar and the staff.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to start nonsense or start drama. I'm just curious because I think sometimes there is a level of that was interesting. Okay, like just with the whole sometimes Harbaugh's comments about why Lamar wasn't practicing on Wednesdays. Well, I would love to have all my guys out here.
Yeah.
Interesting, but nonetheless, his problems up in Jersey, not here no more, so we won't talk about him no more in the pod.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to have a good QB coach that understands Lamar and trusts Lamar, and that Lamar trusts.
Yeah.
So they hired Israel Wolford, a young guy, played receiver at Grand Valley State. Also, Matthew Judon, former Raven, was at Grand Valley State as well with Israel Wolford. I don't know if they played together, but they both were there at the school at the same time. For me, sometimes this is tough, but sometimes if you want to see different results, you must do different things.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think T. Martin was bad, but I think it was just time for a new regime.
Yeah.
Time for a new regime, and I think just time to get new blood, new energy in there. And I think that's what Israel Wolford does for us.
Yeah, I agree. I think obviously Lamar and T. Martin had a great relationship, and he seemed like a good guy. All the players on the team seemed like they got along with him. But I think kind of like what we've been talking about in terms of the offensive coordinators and our head coach, same thing for the quarterback. For the quarterback coach, it's just a new era, a new evolution of Lamar. Allow someone else who has a different perspective on the game and of Lamar's game into the room with him. Allow him to push Lamar and keep getting Lamar to grow and become the best version of himself. And as we just said, Lamar obviously is having say on all these hires, so I don't think they'd hire a QB coach that Lamar isn't in favor of. So, it'd be exciting to see how he pushes Lamar to continue to grow.
And I think that's the biggest thing right now is just getting the most out of Lamar Jackson, like pushing him to his limits. Like I want to see Lamar, like yo, I want to see you on your stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like you're so great, and it's just like you still got levels to reach. Like you said, this summer you said it. You only 28.
Yeah.
At that time you were.
Yeah.
It's like I'm just getting started. So, like I think these new moves are going to be good for the team, man, and just good for L. Like no more old stuff. Like no more same old Ravens.
Yeah.
Look at me when I say this. No more same old Ravens. That is gone. It's a new regime.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And with that new regime, okay. I'm going to say this to the camera. Zachary Orr should not be employed as a defensive coordinator ever again in the National Football League. Please. Please, please. New York Giants don't do it. Anybody else don't do it. And Zachary Orr, yo, you're not walking around my hood. I'm going to tell you that right now. You are not. I had to endure watching your defense. It was horrible. It was horrible, bro. Like, and I'm sorry if I'm ranting, bro, but like, just thinking about what Zachary Orr did to our defense pisses me off. Like, pisses me off, man.
Yeah. I think it's crazy to think about when we had Mike McDonald in his last year before he left us. We had the same core of defensive players as we even do now. Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith, Matt Abika at the time, and just overall, even Humphrey. The results don't make sense when you have the same core of important players. How do we go from the best defense in the league, where we're feared by other teams' offenses, to go into like offenses get excited to play us?
I'll tell you why.
That just doesn't make sense.
I'm gonna tell you why.
But I will say this real quick. You said no one employs Zach Orr. I'm fine with the Steelers, the Bengals, the Browns, the Chiefs, the Bills. They can all they want
to employ him. Yeah. If y'all want to give him y'all money, go ahead, because we would love that. We would love that, because we're gonna give y'all a belt either way. So go ahead and employ him, man. I think Zach Orr was not ready for this position, and Baltimore's defense was this. When Mike McDonald was here, him and Mentor are great at this, okay? It's funny that they both learned from under Wink Martindale. When you can create pressure on your line while still making sure your secondary is top tier, that is a high-level defense.
Yeah.
Because now my dogs can eat on that line because I know my DBs are going to lock up behind.
Yeah.
We never did that at all.
Yeah.
At all.
And the DBs don't have to cover for 10 seconds on a play.
And right. I'm not making excuses, but Nate Wiggins is not the second worst DB in the league.
Yeah, absolutely.
He gave up 800 plus yards this year. That's not him.
Yeah, definitely.
That's not him.
We know that.
Marlon Humphrey, I can't give you a pass on that one. You might just be washed. But Nate, you're not. No. But in that same vein, we brought in Anthony Weaver as DC. He won't be calling plays because Mentor's going to be doing that. That's his strength. But he will be working heavily with the D-line, which I think is very important because we have to get that line back together. Matabika has been tweeting a little bit. Don't know what's going on with Matabika. I hope he's good. If not, we got to draft well.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're at with it.
I agree. I think you just touched on it. I think the big thing that I like with Weaver is, first of all, I've heard that, which this is all obviously just things that I hear we hear in the media, but that a lot of the players like him a lot, and obviously he's been around. I've heard he's a good guy and very serious on the field. And most importantly, what you just said, that he used to be our D-line coach when we had one of the best defenses in the league, and that's what, like we just talked about, that's what we need to get back to. We need to get the D-line at top notch. So I think that's going to help that development a lot for sure.
And for all my guys that were saying like, hey, he was here before, like why is he coming back? Yo, Baltimore is a job that people want.
Yeah.
Like, college guys are leaving their colleges to come to mentor staff.
Yeah.
Mike Mickens, I gotta give you some love, give you a shout out. He's our new secondary with it. He's our new DB's coach. Excuse me. DB's coach and pass game and pass defense coordinator.
Yeah.
So don't know if you know, but like Notre Dame's had a top secondary for the past 3 or 4 years in the nation.
Yeah.
Kyle Hamilton's the product out of there. Like, so Mike Mickens will get that DB room right.
For sure.
Like, and also Mentor's background is in DBs.
Yeah.
So he'll get that DB room right. So I'm very happy about that.
Yeah.
All right. On to a topic that is very, very near and dear to my heart. Wide receiver. Okay? So.
We love talking about wide receivers.
We do, right? We love it.
Every offseason.
Every offseason. Those 2 words. Wide receiver. So, Zay Flowers, okay? Zay Flowers is coming off his second straight 1,000-plus yard season and his second straight Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl, I know. Don't mean much, but on paper it does. For his contract, for his sake, it does. All right? But here's a very interesting thing, okay? I did a little poll on my IG. Follow us on IG at BackTable Media. If you don't, we drop polls, we drop draft profiles, we drop great overall Ravens content. So tap in with us, please, if you haven't. All right? But I did an Instagram poll asking fans if they believe Zay Flowers is a true WR1 in Baltimore. 73% said no. And 27% said yes. So, naturally, we got to talk about it. What is your reaction to those numbers?
I mean, I would say no as well. Not to say that he's not a wide receiver 1.
Right.
But from what we've seen, my biggest thing with Zay is, yes, his stats are great. Obviously, him and Lamar have a great connection. But we have seen a lot of fumbles in big spots from Zay. And I would say this isn't even a knock on Zay to me to say that he's not a wide receiver 1. I would love to see us get a bona fide wide receiver 1 and have Zay next to them. I think that would maximize Zay's potential. He is a great wide receiver, and on many teams he is a good wide receiver 1. But I think he's not like the wide receiver 1 that you dream of, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I like Zay a lot. I want him on the team, but if you're gonna pay him $30 million a year, then that's when I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna do that.
Okay, I'm gonna do this for you. So look, JSN, Puka Nacua, George Pickens, Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Trey McBride. Those are the only receivers / tight ends in the NFL that amassed more total receiving yards than Zay Flowers this year.
That's actually pretty impressive. I did not realize that.
So, like, this is like, here's my point.
Yeah.
Because as you all can probably tell, I feel a little bit differently than him. Okay, there are only like those names I said are elite. Those are blue chip guys. Those are when you want a receiver, you're thinking of a top guy. Those are the guys. Okay,
Yeah.
So he finished 7th in the league in total yards receiving this year. 7th. But there's still an argument that he's not elite or he's not a WR1 option. Now, I will say this. Zay Flowers is like 5'9", right?
Yeah.
Normally, you want your WR1 to be a little bigger, correct?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that holds true anymore. There's a guy who's also 5'9", who we playing on Sunday, who just won Offensive Player of the Year last night, who is a straight-up problem.
Yeah.
A straight-up problem. Clint Kubiak puts him in the backfield sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, he's a problem. So, I think this whole, we need a big guy to be WR1 is over anymore. No.
Yeah.
You need a guy who is impactful and is a problem. Yeah. Zay Flowers can be used in so many ways on the field under the right guys. And I think Declan Doyle will do that.
Yeah.
Now, is he perfect? Hell no. He's still got a ways to go. The fumbles.
Yeah.
The fumbles are killer, man. Like, the fumbles, and we need to get more in the end zone. Like, it's coming, but I think Zay has to figure out how to get in the end zone way more.
Yeah.
I think if he had 10 touchdowns, people might be more leaning towards he can be WR1.
Yeah.
What do you feel about that?
I think to me, it's not really about the size because I'm fine with him being with a wide receiver 1 being 5'9". We can get a more possession receiver to be wide receiver 2. Right. Like that's fine. That works fine for me. The other thing though, as I look at this list, and I know you said what was that 6 people that had more receiving yards than him. That's really impressive. But also, if we look down this list, we see some people who had some injuries this year. Nico Collins, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson. Do we put Zay Flowers in the same convo as them, along with Chase, Nakua, JSN, Pickens, St. Brown?
No,
so it's tough. I like Zay a lot. Like, I don't want this to be this thing where when I
put him in that count, I think he's earned the right to be in that room now. Like, I'm not saying like he's JSM, but when you talk about top 10 receivers, you have to at least put Zay at 10 or 9.
Yeah.
Just off of pure production and like what he does, like, yo, the guy is productive.
For sure.
With Tyler Huntley as his quarterback for half the games this year.
Yeah, and I think him and Lamar have a really good understanding of when Lamar gets out of the pocket. It's a lot of times Zay's the one getting open for him, making big plays down the field. Against the Steelers in our do-or-die game this year, he had a great game.
Who showed up?
And one thing I said this a couple weeks ago that I really respect about Zay is I know I brought up a lot of his fumbles and big moments. The biggest one I remember is in the AFC Championship, but this past year against the Patriots and against the Rams, he had some costly fumbles. The one thing I will say is he continuously, no matter what happens, he comes back the next game and he's fighting. You can tell his confidence isn't getting down. He believes in himself. That's someone you want. You don't want a wide receiver who makes a bad play and then they hide in a shell. So I respect Zay a lot. I like him a lot. I want him on our team. I just think the wide receiver 1, are you going to pay him wide receiver 1 money, $30 million a year? That's where I have questions. But I like Zay a lot. I don't want that to get misconstrued. I love having him on the team for sure.
Now, to your point, they have until May 9th to pick up his option.
Yeah.
What do you think they're going to do? And I know we've asked the question before, but we have to always ask it because it's a very real question.
This is tough.
This is a tough
I really
decision.
don't know what I think they're going to do. I want to say I'm leaning towards no just because of what our offensive identity has always been with the Ravens. But we finally drafted a wide receiver 1 who has the stats to argue that he is. So it's kind of like for Zay, it's like, what can he do to get that option? What can a wide receiver we draft do to earn an extra contract? Because he has, like you said, he's at the top of the league in the statistics. So, he's proven it in terms of statistics. And he comes up big in a lot of big moments.
Yeah, man, like
it's hard to see. I could just keep talking about this because it's a lot of different aspects to it. Like the other thing I think is Zay wide receiver 1? Like, do we need a better wide receiver 1? No, we need to build our offensive line.
Right.
Like that's our biggest need. If we have a great O-line and Zay Flowers is our wide receiver 1, then yeah, we're gonna be set for sure.
Now with that, you can't just have one receiver on offense.
Yeah. For sure.
I think he needs a consistent running mate.
Yeah.
Like, Zay's going to be Zay.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's shown now like who he is.
Yeah.
We know. I think he's only going up. Whether he's WR1 or he's just an elite receiver,
whatever.
He's going to be Zay. Yeah. Okay? But who's going to be someone that can impact defenses next to him?
Yeah.
Someone that's going to be Lamar's, like, I don't know, safety valve, you know? Yeah. Other than Mark Andrews, because he's not here for much longer.
Yeah.
We drafted a gentleman out of the University of Minnesota to do that. But to be very real and very frank, like, just have not seen the return on our investment.
Yeah.
In 2024, Rashod Bateman has 756 yards and 9 touchdowns and had a great playoff game. A great T playoff game.
Yeah.
I thought things were trending in the right direction, and then this season happened.
Yeah.
I think he missed some time in camp a little bit for foot soreness.
Yeah. Missed a couple games too.
He said that he was in a do or die game. I'm sorry if you don't have the flu, you should be out there.
Yeah.
Like, you should be out there. It's do or die, man.
Yeah.
Do or die. Lamar's out there playing on 1 foot.
Yeah.
Throwing up numbers. Like, so what do you, so like, what's your excuse?
Yeah.
This season, Rashod Bateman regressed clearly.
For sure.
225 yards, 2 touchdowns, 90 catches in 13 games. Like, were you even out there, bro? Like,
Yeah.
you played 13 games and you amassed 225 yards.
Yeah.
Like,
It's really disappointing, like you said, coming off of the end of the 2024 season, going into the playoffs where Bateman was making huge plays against the Steelers and the Bills, and coming into this past season, we were like, this is the year Bateman's gonna break out. We got Zay, we got all these guys, and then it ended up really just being Zay. And one player that we talked about that I wish we would have involved more is Hopkins, because he just catches everything. But besides that, for our wide receivers,
it was thin and
very stagnant,
very thin. And I didn't put this on a script, but also my guy Tez Walker, I want to give a shout out to, like, a guy that's, I'm gonna say, it was held back by Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Healthy scratches. Like, I'm so annoyed of just having that we have to deal with that. Like, Tez Walker has so much potential, man.
For sure.
And he blocks his ass off, bro. He plays hard, man. He plays hard.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to see him get more reps this year. I think he can really blossom into, I think, a great receiver for us.
I agree. Especially, we saw some snaps this past season too of Bateman giving up on plays.
That pick in Kansas City, he just gave up on the play.
Exactly. And then that just makes me think what you just said, like, and if he's gonna be doing that, why not give someone like Tez Walker a real opportunity? Because he blocks his ass off. He does these things that you're like, oh, that guy deserves. You know, he's working hard. He gets open. He deserves some opportunities. So I wouldn't. Bro,
Tez Walker had more touchdowns than Rashod Bateman did and played less games.
That's crazy.
Like, I don't have to say much more, man. Question now: you think it's time to part ways with Bateman?
It depends the circumstances. I don't know if I would just part ways with him and not get anything in return. I think he's definitely a trade asset. If we can get something in return for him, then yeah, sure. And I guess I just don't see the opportunity when Bateman's on a small contract to just like release him. Yeah. But I do agree with what we were just saying, that we have players that deserve more opportunities. Even Tez Walker this past year, Hopkins, if we were to bring him back, which I would love to see that. Like, these are guys that Bateman's getting some of these opportunities. Maybe I'd rather give them out to Tez Walker, to Hopkins, to whoever these wide receivers are. And yeah, if we can get something, if we can include Bateman in a trade that gets us something good, then I'm all for that.
Yeah. For me, it's like, it comes a point where it's like, I can't keep waiting on you. I can't keep saying, well, next year. You're like.
And like, we've seen, it's tough because we've seen flashes of Bateman. He's a great route runner, separator. Like we said, in 2024, we saw so much promise from him. So it's like, we know he can do it, but it's so inconsistent like you just said, we can't just keep waiting around. And we have players who are capable of doing great things, who are sitting on the bench behind Bateman. So, you know, at some point they've got to get opportunities to prove what they can do.
Man. And I feel like Bateman, like, this is no hate, but if we're able to get another second round pick for you, like, I would not mind moving you and prioritizing the line and getting another edge or another D lineman for you.
Yeah. And we saw, not to get into all of this too much, but the other day when Bateman had the phone hacking, posted stuff, and then afterwards,
let's get into it.
Afterwards, he said something on his Instagram story along the lines of, "I got hacked, and I'll be happy anywhere I play." That's fine, but for a Raven, that's not a play like a Raven mentality. If you don't care where you play, then you can go play somewhere else, and we'll find someone who's prideful in our organization.
Yeah, and this has been my thing with Bateman for a long time. It's like, he's kind of soft. Like, all the talent in the world, but would rather be on IG, like putting up quote tweets and talking about, I'm still that guy. Like, I'll play wherever. Like, bro, how about you stay healthy? How about you catch a pass? How about you run a route correctly? Like, get off Instagram and get in the gym, get in the lab, yo. Like, all the talent in the world. All the talent in the world, bro. Like, but you just be wasting it. Like, you just be wasting it. And the sad thing is, like Zay Flowers is who we thought kind of like you were going to be.
Yeah, for sure.
A guy we drafted, developed, gave us numbers. Is now you might force our hand, but you can never stay healthy. And if you ever see this, bro, I'm not hating on you, dog. Like I rock with you, bro. But like you just sometimes get in your own way. You get in your own way. You are probably one of the best deep threats we have ever had in Baltimore. Like you, hands down. But you cry too much. You can't stay healthy, and when you're targeted, sometimes you drop the ball in pivotal situations.
I agree. I like Bateman. It's not like I dislike him. But I think also going back to talking about Flowers, like we drafted Bateman and Flowers both to be these two guys who you can really depend on. Two round one wide receivers that we drafted.
Pretty high.
You can see imagine if Bateman had the productivity that Flowers has and how much that would help both of them. So that's what I'm kind of saying when I say I don't know if Zay Flowers is a wide receiver 1. I don't really care about that. I just want someone on the other side of him that's going to bring the best out of each other. We have to have some type of competition, some type of combo where, if you want to double team Zay or if you want to put your attention to him, Bateman's going to eat, or whoever this other guy is going to eat. Same thing goes for if Bateman, you want to put your attention on him, okay, then Zay's going to go off. So that's kind of the situation we need, and that's not what it has really ever been, and especially this last year was just kind of a rock bottom.
Yeah, it was rock bottom, man. And like I feel like in this league you need two receivers. Look at the Eagles. Look at the Eagles. They had A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. Now notice how I said had. Leading into my next point, there's been some rumors, a lot of rumors going around that A.J. Brown will not be an Eagle next season. So, good people. And Jordan, what are your thoughts on this? Should the Ravens make a play to try to get A.J. Brown in the purple and black?
I would love to see that, obviously. He's kind of that type of receiver that I would say, I hope I'm not forgetting one, but we haven't really seen since like Anquan Bolden, Steve Smith, a guy that we can just throw the ball up to and he's gonna go get it.
Yeah, we haven't.
And I think it would be great to have, like I just said, him and Zay together. That's just gonna make both of them that much better to have them on opposite sides of the field. I think I would love to see A.J. Brown on our team. I think also Derrick Henry talked about it. He's a dog, and he's someone who fits like if he was in a Ravens jersey, you're like, yeah, that guy's a Raven. He fits our mold. He's gonna play like a Raven. You can tell. Obviously, he causes some controversy sometimes, but he cares about his productivity and the results. So that's someone you want on your team for sure. The only thing I will say is I don't think it's our number one priority to get A.J. Brown or someone like him. I would love to if we can also ensure that our offensive line is going to be top 10 in the league, then absolutely. But I wouldn't throw the house to get A.J. Brown and then our offensive line looks like it did last year. At all. But I would love to have him on the team, obviously, or any player like him.
Yeah, I would definitely love A.J. Brown, but like you said, that's an added luxury.
Yeah,
it's an added luxury. Right now, you must shore up both sides of that line.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You must. Yeah. And also, like, A.J. Brown, you come here, all that crying and all that arguing with the coaches there. But Sirianni is kind of annoying, so I hear you a little bit, all right?
Yeah.
All right, so to close out this episode, I want to talk a little bit about two draft prospects, all right? As you all know, Lamar Jackson is due for an extension, so that's going to take a lot of cap space. So you have to get kind of creative with how you make your team better. So I expect Eric DeCosta to have a great draft. You better have a great draft. But in the same vein we've been talking about all episode is that our line struggled. We need to shore up our line. Shore up our line. I want to say, I think at 14, the Ravens will take Vega Ioane, a 6'4", 328-pound guard out of Penn State. I won't lie to you. I just started watching some of his tape. I don't really watch linemen like that too much. I mean, I don't think nobody really does. But I think I see him as day one starter at right guard. Like, kid's athletic. He can pull. Great pass protector. I think he only gave like 4 pressures all season.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, anything is an upgrade from Daniel Falele. Anything's an upgrade from that. So, like, I'll take it. I'm happy for it. And I think kind of like just him being great in pass pro is music to my ears.
Yeah.
Music to my ears because Lamar was running for his life all year.
Yeah.
All year. Some say that he needs to work on his pass. I mean, his run blocking. It's okay. Like that. You're 6. What?
Can work on that.
You're 6'4". You can figure it out. You can figure it out. And I think you've shown you can play at a high level, so you can figure it out.
Yeah.
Definitely figure it out. What are your thoughts?
I like the fact that he's athletic and versatile. Watching what Ben Johnson and Declan Doyle did in Chicago. Like we talked about earlier, they got all these offensive linemen who were athletic. And I think that's obviously they're going to bring that same kind of scheme and that same mentality over here to Baltimore. So I think that would help us out a lot. And also just to have some good interior linemen, keep the pocket clean for Lamar so he's not running or he doesn't have in his head, oh, I got a time, like it's ticking, I got to get rid of the ball. Like, so he can stand in the pocket, trust his eyes, and just let Lamar do his thing. I think that would be huge. It's the biggest thing that we need for the Ravens this coming off season. Like we said, is the offensive, defensive line. And obviously he would go a long way towards ensuring that our offensive line gets a little bit better. So. Oh
yeah, man! Like just keeping the pocket calm for Lamar.
Yeah.
I think that'll help him just play way more on schedule and just take what the defense gives him.
Absolutely. And
just staying on schedule is the key. Stay on schedule.
Yeah.
All right, so to round us out here, I think this is a guy I'm very high on. I saw a lot of his Senior Bowl tape, and he screams Raven. He screams Raven. All right, Caleb Banks, 6'6", 320-pound line. Excuse me, 6'6", 329-pound lineman, D tackle, from Florida, SEC boy. In 2024, he had 21 tackles and 4.5 sacks. He can play inside, outside, 3 technique, 5 technique. This year he kind of had a slower year. Some say he kind of gained some weight. But his Senior Bowl, he looked slim. He looked ready to go. So I think that maybe he might slide to us. And if he does, please, like this would be perfect for us. Perfect for us. He's aggressive. He's a dog on that D-line. And we need more of those guys, especially with Mata BK's future up in the air.
Yeah.
We must get more young guys that are impactful on that line. Mike Green's one. I need at least 2 or 3 more.
Yeah, for sure. He's obviously a big boy, but also very athletic, and that's just what we need. We need, like we've been talking about, we need to shore up the D line, get some dogs in there who can put pressure on the other team's quarterback. It makes everything so much easier for our defense. So I like to see him in purple and black for sure, and I think he just fits the mold of Ravens football. So.
I agree, man. His potential is through the roof. Like he's like a. I don't know. That's like Madden, like 6'6", 329, like
and moves quickly.
He moves and he moves, man. He moves. So
yeah,
I think those should be the first 2 picks. So every episode we're gonna try to do this, like give you guys a little preview about what we're thinking about for the draft. We have 14 picks, so we'll be showing a lot of prospects. Okay, a lot of prospects. All right. So. To kind of conclude for you all, man, we're very happy. We're very excited with the way Mentor has his team moving. We also still want things to be done.
Yeah.
There are a couple things that I think we still have to get done. Number one being Lamar's extension.
For sure.
But that's for a different episode. But I want to just say thank y'all for tapping in. If you follow us on Instagram, keep on tapping in with us. Keep on engaging, looking at polls. We'll have some great content dropping here soon. I may have another episode maybe coming out soon here, so just keep on tapping in with us. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube, subscribe at BackTable Media. And I just thank you for tapping in with us, man. You know, like we're gonna keep on rolling out this content around the Ravens. Yeah. This is a great, project and venture I'm on. So I thank you guys for coming on us on this path to hopefully 100 followers.
Yeah,
that's the hope, man. But if you haven't already done it, follow us on IG, follow us on YouTube. Follow us on TikTok and follow us on Twitter or X.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, and thanks.
Yep.
We're out.
Yes,
Peace.
sir. Peace.